The last person we gonna talk about who they completely emasculated, Tay Diggs. Now, I don't know, again, I don't know who wrote this. I don't know who thought this was a good storyline, but for whatever reason, in this series now, Tay Diggs is more successful with his writing, which makes sense. But now Sanaa Lathan's character is like the second coming of Miss Cleo or something. I have no idea why now she all into Mother Earth and Uganda and go back to my roots in Africa, and this whole mindset is ridiculous. Anytime as a high value man, I make the money, I make the decisions, I protect, I provide. That's my job as a man. Your job is when I come home, you have my dinner ready, you have my bed ready if I want that, and you have your mouth closed till I tell you to open it. It's that simple. That's the life of a wife of a high value man's. Not a wife who's going to sit here and tell me what I can and what I can't do and where I can't buy and what. All of that was going on through the whole thing. They go on this trip, and this was that same trip when Terrence Howard's character was getting married or whatnot. And they kind of set the seeds then. You already seen it then. Now she on the island. Now she looking at this other guy who got a food stand. And that's the problem. Now that was true. Because a lot of time you ungrateful modern women will have a high value man's that can buy you anything you want, but you want to go for Ray Ray at the food stand. Oh, because he can understand you. He can relate to you. He pays you attention. I pay bills. I don't pay attention. I pay bills. That's what a high value man's do. If you want some attention, go hang with your girlfriends. You want to live this lifestyle, then you have to beat to my drum. I don't beat to your drum. So that was a mistake. Then they're going to go ahead, and this is where the major emasculation happens. So we already see they have him going to marriage counsel and all of that, you know, because he putting this before her. This man on one of the biggest nights of his life, his big premiere, cut his premiere after party short to go support her at this little food giveaway thing. And she didn't even appreciate that. She didn't even appreciate that. And later on, the most thing, after she said, I'm going to get a divorce. I can't take this no more. We done. All right, cool, we done. But I'm moving to Ghana and I'm taking our daughter. You moving to Ghana and you taking my daughter? No. And Tay, they started. I said, yes, finally, we got a man's man. Tay started to push back. Tay started to not let it go. Tay started to not let it go down like that. Then they show the music plays. Gladys Knight, neither one of us. I said, oh, here we go. I already know what's coming. Here he is crying on the bed like a simp wimp. First, he had all the fight in him. Oh, you ain't taking my daughter nowhere. It ain't happening. Now everybody, except Nia Long, was against him. Oh, you know, the daughter need a mother. No, that's y'all problem. Women have been raising modern women, and they've been a disaster for us black men. Why in the world does it make sense to you to not let that daughter live with her father who can provide and protect, opposed to let her go with her mother out there in the jungles in Africa getting ate up by lions? Do that make any kind of sense? Simba and the hyenas that have a feast on that daughter, and who gonna be to blame? Him. It's always him. So they emasculating him completely. After that, I just turned it off. I couldn't take no more after that. You let this woman, who you didn't even want anyway. We knew you wanted Nia Long from the first best man. Nia Long was more on your level, but you settled for Sanaa. You settled for Sanaa, and look what you got. You got your daughter taken to a whole nother country, where the only time you get to see her is once in a blue moon. So, if you watched the Beta Man final chapters and you thought that was a good representation of Black men, you are the reason I have come from out of the shadows. I am back and I ain't going nowhere. I want you to come for me because I'm ready. And that's my recap. And you can take that with you because I'm going to tell you, like I told you before, if you look to your left and you look to your right and there's not a man in sight, you're the problem.